I am really excited for this one because you guys know that I don't carry out complicated analysis. My analysis is very simple, but only with literally one or two exceptions. And ladies and gentlemen, this is one of them. This is the exponential moving average ribbon, and it is an indicator that I live by, I die by, I absolutely love it. I've been using it for years, since 2017, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how it can be used to literally predict if Bitcoin is going to crash in our current trend, but then more importantly what this indicator means, how you can use it, and how you can get it as well. To start off, if you are watching this video with your laptop, I think it would be a good idea to have your TradingView application open. There's a link to TradingView in the description if you don't already have it, and unfortunately you can only run this indicator the way I have it if you have one of the paid plans. However, what I've done for you a long time ago is actually I've created a script for it called the FORFLIES moving average exponential ribbon. So you literally, all you need to do is go to the indicators tab up here and type in FORFLIES, and you will see right there, this is publicly available just for you guys. So you can go ahead and click on that there, and it's going to give you the same ribbon I'm playing with right now. And what is this? So, you know, to start, this is, it's a very small tweak on one of the most fundamental indicators, one of the most widely used indicators out there, which is the simple moving average. We all know what the simple moving average is most likely by now. It's just this, you know, this blue line, and in this case we're on the 1 day time frame, and this moving average is showing us what the average price of the past 200 days was. And so at the current price, for example, if we read this blue number up here, the blue number just where my cursor was a second ago, the average price of the past 200 days right now is $11,400. So that's what a simple moving average will tell us. If we look at, for example, the 50-day moving average, then the average price over the past 50 days right now is $14,831. So that's the simple moving average. That's the boring one. This is the exciting one, the exponential moving average, because it's basically the same thing, but the difference here is that the moving average exponential, the EMA, actually gives more weight to the more recent price action. So it takes into account more what was recent with the trend, and we can see this if I make this line red, for example. We can see the difference in how this red line is just, it hugs the trend a little bit more. You know, really take a look at this. Look at how close the red line is compared to the trend. Just a very small tweak, a very, very small tweak, but in the big shifts in the market, when the market really starts trending or exploding, it's that little bit extra that this moving average hugs the trend that matters. And with this beautiful indicator that you can access by literally typing in FORFLIES and clicking on this one right here, or like I have it as a preset up here, you can access this indicator as well. And I want to show you how you can use this, and again just kind of really bring into the light how useful this indicator has been. Because if we take a look at this, one of the key ways that you can use the EMA ribbon, one of the key ways I use the EMA ribbon is I look to see where I might be able to find some support and then potentially identify long positions on the market. I have used this to generate huge profits in the market as of these past couple of months, because this market has been trending really, really well. And we can see that basically, you know, what we have here with this ribbon is a collection of, I think it's 9 different exponential moving averages, starting from 21, 25, 30, 35, all the way to the 200. And it's just, it paints a ribbon. It makes it a very nice, colorful little thing, which is always very exciting to me. And and essentially, anytime the price in an uptrend falls into the ribbon, I would expect to find support. And this is quite important because this indicator, it's an exponential moving average, and so all it represents really when you bunch these lines together, all this indicator represents is momentum, and it shows us that there is a lot of momentum in this trend. We can see that the lines start expanding, and you can individually see each line. That's called a spread. We can see that when there's a spread here, there is a lot of momentum for the trend. So we just we dip into the ribbon and then we bounce. Again, over here, we dip into the ribbon, just nearly fall out slightly, and then we end up bouncing out over the next couple of days, and we really rally very high. Then we come close to it again, we bounce up, we do that again a couple of times, and it works really well because this is a show of momentum, and this indicator actually doesn't fail us at all on this chart. It's really impressive until I think it's like attempt 20. Let's actually go ahead and count this so I can make this point to you. We've got 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I love this. 10. My bad. My math was wrong there. 11, 12, 13. That's not 13. 13. And I think we're up to 14, 15, and 16. 16 times the price falls into this EMA ribbon and then bounces higher, and then oops, it's only on attempt number 17 that it fails. It's really impressive. Out of 17 attempts throughout this trend, this indicator got it right 16 times in a row. And like I said, I've been using this to predict where support is throughout this trend. I've been using it quite a bit on coins like Ethereum, where it does work slightly differently. But if this chart loads up, again, having some Wi-Fi problems, but there we go. It does work slightly differently, but as you can see, it still works broadly quite well. Over here, it fails a little bit sooner, but only a very brief failure there, and then right back up. And you can see these bounces off the line are huge with Ethereum. So I've been using this to trade the trend a lot. VIP members have seen how I've been doing that. Actually, as I speak to you, I'm in a profitable position just now while I'm making this video. Obviously, VIP members always see exactly what I'm doing, currently sitting in a 15% profit. And I've been talking about this trend for quite a while. I've also been showing you how I've been using this indicator a lot over these past couple of weeks. So if you're not already subscribed to the channel, you would have missed that. And definitely make sure you don't miss it in the future by clicking subscribe now. Click the bell button as well so you don't miss this content. But back to this indicator, it can be extremely useful to predict where support is, but only when you have a trending market. What does a trending market mean? Well, a trending market is where the market is moving in a very noticeable way in one direction, whether that's upwards or downwards, doesn't really matter, but we need to have a trend. And the way you can confirm if there is a trend or not is if there is a spread on the ribbon. So what is a spread? Once again, like I already said, a spread is just very simply where you can individually see each line of this ribbon. It's where the ribbon is spread out. You can individually make out each line. If we look at what's going on over here, for example, you can't individually see each line on this exponential moving average ribbon, and so we don't have a spread. And we can see very clearly that when we don't have a spread, this indicator is absolutely useless at predicting support. In this case, it does work a little bit, but it fails quite a lot as well, and it's just not very useful at all. However, if we look, as soon as we start getting a spread, you know, we get a couple of very nice hits on this EMA ribbon. And then when we have a real spread, right, when we have a real spread in a real trend like what we have right now, it works 16 times in a row until it fails on attempt number 17. And I think that's very impressive. So it can be used as support. But my friends, the flip side to that is, because this indicator is magic, and like I said, completely free, if you type in FORFLIES on the indicator button up here, you can find it anyway. Because this indicator is magic, it also works in reverse. So you can use it to find support, but you can also use it to identify potential resistance levels. And this is a little bit difficult because we haven't had real downtrends for quite a while, but here we go. This is a good example where this was a real downtrend. There was a substantial spread on the ribbon. And you can see that in this case, with the exception of these wicks, let's go ahead and start counting this. We get one hit as resistance here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7. No, that's not 7. 7, not 8 there, and 8 over here. So that's quite a lot. It fails on attempt number 9, where it even very quickly, as soon as the price goes above, it falls into this ribbon, it starts acting as support. So very reliable. This indicator can be used in both directions when there is a spread, and I found it to be extremely useful. And that's just for when you're in a trend. The reason I really like this indicator is because I'm going to show you later how it can be used to predict reversals. That's actually the point of this video. But you know, just within a trend, just go going to show you how reliable this is, where, you know, there was a potential buying opportunity each time the trend fell into this ribbon. And I mean, you would have had a really good entry at each of these moments. And, you know, this is not like a coincidence that this indicator is just being so good at this time. You know, like I said, I've been using this indicator for many years. I've been talking about it on this channel for many years. Take a look at how reliable it was in 2017, for example. I mean, every time we come near this EMA ribbon or inside of it, we typically end up getting a bounce. I mean, it works very often, far more than it doesn't work, which is absolutely amazing. And that's just for within a trend, and you can already see how useful this would be as a tool in trading. This is, like I said, one of the key indicators that I explore in these videos, and I like to use it, especially when I feel like the time is right. So again, subscribers of this channel know exactly what that looks like over time. I just hit my microphone, I'm sorry about that. They know exactly what that looks like over time, because there are times where I don't talk about this indicator, and it's very important to focus on indicators when they're working best, you know, not just not all the time, but when they're useful. And that's why I've started talking to you about it a lot lately. That's why I'm making this video, but why I wasn't really talking about it at these times before, for example, because they weren't as reliable as they are right now. So they can be used as support, they can be used as resistance, but here's another way they can be used. They can be used for crossovers. So here's the thing, when the EMA ribbon crosses bullish, for example, take a look at this. The EMA ribbon, where we have right now on the top of the EMA ribbon, we have this red line here. The red line is our 55 moving average right there, 55-day EMA. This is the 55 one, and we can see that it's red, by the way, because if I just move the chart, you can read this number just to the left of my cursor. It's in red, and that corresponds with the line. The top line is the longest moving average, and that means we're in a bear market. Quite simply, over here, the EMA ribbon flips bearish, but we can see that these short-term EMA lines cross above the long-term EMA lines over here, and this is literally just a representation of the market picking up momentum in the upwards direction. That's all this means, and you can see that very clearly because the short-term EMAs here cross above the long-term EMAs. This shows us that the short-term trend has turned into a bullish one. And then as each subsequent EMA crosses bullish, it shows us that now the medium trend is crossed bullish, the long-term trend is crossed bullish as well. And in this case, all of that happens really quickly inside of, you know, the space of 1 or 2 weeks. So it's quite quick over here. And that's called a crossover. You know, we have a similar situation over here, just with regular moving averages. I can show you a ton of them. This is where our more short-term 50-day moving average crosses above the longer-term 200-day moving average, which is an indication that the market has turned bullish. And if you traded off that, you would have lost a lot of money. So it's an example of where they're not always reliable, but where they are very reliable in my experience on the daily time frame. And I'm going to talk more about daily time frames in just a second. Where they are more reliable, in my opinion, is when you've had a sustained trend with a very large spread, like what we have right now, where we've, okay, the color of my line needs to change now, where you've had a sustained trend. Oh, pink. I haven't used pink for a while. Haven't ever used pink, actually. You've had a sustained trend for a long time, and the EMA ribbon has had a spread for a long time. As soon as the EMA ribbon crosses bearish and all of these EMA lines start showing us that the how do I say this, that the short-term EMA lines are bearish now. They've crossed below the long-term lines. Take a look at this. Right now the short-term lines are above. Over here, the short-term lines are below, right? This is a show of momentum changing from bullish to bearish. As soon as we get that with the crossovers over here, for example, this is a very strong indication that this very bullish rally has completely lost momentum. Because again, what is this indicator showing us? It is a measure of momentum. It's a very good visualization of momentum. And so this shows us here at this point, which is very good. Take a look at this. It crosses bullish where? Around here. 26th of February 2019 at $3,800. This is the potential buy area, and it would have kept you in the position all the way until roughly $10,300, which is about a 3 times gain, which is extremely impressive just for one shit-munching indicator, for lack of a better word. I mean, it's not a technical indicator at all. It's just a lot of different indicators on different time frames stamped together. That's it. And it just looks really pretty. And that's it. I mean, there's not a whole lot other than that to it. And so it's judging the crossovers after there is a sustained trend can really very clearly indicate when the trend is about to turn sour. And we know what the story was after that. After this point, we didn't have a sustained spread at any point in the market. So this was the only one worth noting, and another sustained spread might look something a little bit like this, for example. I'm going to count these as not breaking the ribbon because they were very short term. As a trader, these drops would have been a problem, but as an analyst, they're just anomalies. So I'm not really worried about them. This was definitely a sustained trend with the EMA ribbon. And take a look at this. As soon as it's broke, because it's not broken at any point here, right? I mean, maybe it gets very close to crossing bearish at this point, but throughout this entire trend that I've just highlighted for you, we never see momentum shifting fully to the bearish side until when is this? Bam, $11,200, which was the end of January 2018. This was the beginning of the bubble pop, around the beginning. This indicator crossed bullish when? Crossed bullish around over here at $500-600, and it finally crossed bearish at $11,000. I can't even do that math. I don't know what that is. I think that's like a 20 times gain or some 22 times gain or something stupid. It's working really well there for a 22 times gain. And then we enter a sustained period of a bearish EMA ribbon, because now our short-term ribbon is facing downwards, right? It's crossed bearish and it stays crossed bearish. Look at this. It tries to cross bullish multiple times. It doesn't really have a chance to at all. A couple of small instances where maybe it does, but I don't think these really count as crossing bullish because it's not able to keep this. And that shows us where from this point at 11,200 to 3,800, this trend is bullish. It's showing us with crossovers, meaningful full crossovers, what happens with this trend. When we're bullish and this gets broken, we enter a bear market. When we're in a bear market, right, and we start crossing bullish, that's where we enter a bull market. It's been so reliable, and so we bring that to what we have right now, and there's 2 metrics to measure this. The first one is, does the price fall below the EMA ribbon? If it does, that's the first sign that we could be in a bearish rally, that this uptrend could be coming to an end, especially because this is on the 1-day time frame. Again, I'll get to time frames in just a second. Especially because this is on a 1-day time frame, which is quite important. If Bitcoin does drop below, in this case it's $15,000, that could be quite a bad sign just according to this indicator alone in a vacuum. Obviously with other analysis it's not that scary at all, but that could be dangerous for Bitcoin. Or the alternative is if this spread goes and the EMA lines, they really start bunching together, and then, you know, they start crossing bearish. The shorter term lines start crossing below the longer term lines, and that shows us that momentum has shifted to the downside. And again, if we look at this, the last time it happened properly, we crossed bearish around over here, and this was the beginning of a really, really big downtrend. So I absolutely think that this is going to be a very good predictor for when we might enter our next downtrend. Obviously there is going to be a next downtrend. We don't know when, but we know it is coming, and that they always are coming, and this indicator is extremely useful to limit potential losses and exit in the market when that momentum does shift against our favor, and for that reason it is extremely useful. It's simple. I love simple indicators. They don't need to be complicated. I'm not trying to compensate for anything I'm lacking downstairs. I'm pretty fine, and all I need to do is just have the simple tools I need and use them in a very, very well thought out way, and that's it. Apply them to make profits within these trends. take a look at this here on Ethereum. It's exactly what I did with Ethereum today with the trade that I showed VIP members how I was making. As I said, bam, right there, we found support on the 1 hour EMA ribbon as well. Very, very useful. It's just so consistent how it works. We fall into the EMA ribbon, we bounce up. As I speak, earlier in this video, I was in a 15% profit, now sitting in a 20% profit, which is absolutely beautiful because I did take up a long position on Ethereum and I told VIP members about it many hours before that position actually opened. So I'm super, super happy with it. I think I've actually closed a bit of profit because I already had some orders set. So yeah, I've already secured 18% profit on this position, so that's pretty good, just looking at it on my other laptop here. So definitely very, very impressive. Loving the price action here on Ethereum. And once again, I mean, just very recently in this market, this EMA ribbon is working really well. And the reason it's working well is because this market is trending so much, so it's just very reliable. You know, if we zoom out to, you know, if we zoom in, sorry, to the 30-minute time frame, even let's go on the 15-minute time frame, we can see how this EMA ribbon is quite useful at predicting resistance on a very short-term time frame when Ethereum was dumping lower. So it's and over here it's been very useful on the 15-minute as we're trending up because this trend has been so aggressive. So this indicator has been working very well over time, and then we go on the subject of time frames, or which time frames work best for the EMA ribbon. You know, this depends on your own personal preference. I prefer the 1 hour, 4 hour, and 1 day time frames the most. 4 hour is probably the most consistent for cryptocurrencies, and I think that's because, you know, cryptocurrencies, they do move quite fast, but not fast enough to be useful on the 1 hour time frame. You can see that as soon as we switch to the 1 hour time frame, we really start to lose the spread very easily, and the indicator becomes useless. And so this is only useful when the market is actively moving. But if you want to analyze an entire trend, I think that the 4 hour time frame is perfect for this indicator. Another reason I like the 4 hour time frame is because everyone else likes it, so it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. And the 1 day I'm using mainly to gauge big shifts in the market, if we're getting there, if we're close to one of them, and if the market is actually ready to completely tank in our case as well. You know, it's extremely reliable. It's a very, very simple indicator. Like I said, it's free if you just type in FORFLIES MA exponential ribbon. Now you know how to use it. One of my favorite indicators, and this is, like I said, it is something that I use in my trading quite actively. I don't talk about it too much on this channel because trading information is reserved just for VIP members. But if you want to gain access to it, then a lot of VIP members have been doing that lately and doing very, very well. Here's a message that I got from a VIP member going back just 3-4 days ago now. This person made, what is this, 0.3 BTC at the current price is something like, what is it, $5,500? A 1,000% trade on Cardano. Absolutely beautiful. This person making this profit just shortly after joining VIP. You can see the email we sent him when we enrolled him into our course. Obviously, this person was absolutely amazing and wanted to invest in himself with access to our course as well. So if you want to gain access to that, you know exactly what to do. Here we go, another member over here making 1.7 ETH, well over $1,000. Delighted to join his subscription to VIP. And if you want to find out what the deal is with VIP, find out all of the exact information on the trades I'm making, just like VIP has got yesterday when I told them I would be entering this current trade on Ethereum. I told them about it well before I entered the position, gave them all of the exact details on what I'd be doing with this position and my plan as the position moves forward. And right after I'm done with this video, I'm also going to give them more of an update right now, because that position is sitting in a very, very nice 21 to 20% profit right now. So there's a little bit of an update I got to give there, and I keep doing those real-time updates on my positions as well, alongside a lot of other benefits. So if you want to find out what those benefits are, if you want to find out what the deal with VIP is, then you can see the other half of this YouTube channel. What you see on this YouTube channel for free is all of the analysis, and it is the best analysis out there. We all know that, completely just fact at this point as far as I'm concerned. But if you want to see the other half to it, because analysis is nothing without trading to back it, you know, like trading is where the money is made. Analysis on its own is just, you know, just measuring, just a measuring contest. You know what I mean? Like it's useless. It's like a Ferrari with no engine. Yeah, it looks nice, but you're not doing anything with it, right? And so trading is the other half. And if you want to see that, and you want to see all the other content that we have available to you as a VIP member, you can follow these steps right here. Click on the first link in the description of any YouTube video, then click on the @FORFLIES button at the bottom of our Telegram channel. If you're not already on Telegram, this is a completely free app. It's very, very easy to get. You'll be set up in less than 30 seconds, and pretty much every trader is on Telegram. It's like it's as essential as Facebook or WhatsApp or something. Like everyone has it, and it's a good place to be, even if you don't want to be in FORFLIES Gold. So go ahead and click on the @FORFLIES button, and then click send message to ask me how to join VIP, and myself or one of my assistants will get back to you. Like I said, we have been expanding the team lately. We've brought on 2 new people to the team over the past 1 or 2 months. No, 3. Just brought someone new on like a week or 2 ago. He was actually with us before, and he's back, so that's really, really cool. And you know, we're all moving forward. Ethereum's moving forward, profits are moving up. This is absolutely amazing. If you want to get in on it, then you know what to do. Follow these steps right here. Moving back to the topic of this video though, EMA Ribbon, I absolutely love it. I think it could very well predict when Bitcoin will crash next, which is if Bitcoin falls below it on the 1-day time frame, and if it crosses bearish. I think it can be extremely reliable in that sense. So a very, very useful indicator in this type of market, only useful when it has a spread. This is the most important thing to remember. When it loses that spread, like over here, it's not useful anymore. So it needs that spread to be useful, but when it has it, that's when it's absolutely golden. And an indicator like this, like with all indicators, there is a time and a place to use it. And as long as you know how to do that, which you know after watching this video, it can be extremely powerful to help you maneuver positions as a trader, whether it's entering, taking profits on positions, or just deciding not to trade at all because of this indicator, or using it to supplement your analysis. I think it's absolutely great. Once again, you guys know my trading style. It's super simple. I don't like to overcomplicate it. I don't have any, you know, crazy things to teach you inside of VIP. You know, really all it is you get to see how I'm trading in real time with all of the exact information, and that can be a mind-blowing experience for a lot of people, seeing how, you know, in this market I'm very casually pulling a 21% profit, for example. I'm talking about it like it's nothing, because it's no big deal to me. It's a standard procedure. You know, it's all about exercising good risk management, and then, you know, just kind of waiting for the odds to come into my favor. Super simple, super laid back. You know, like there's no stress in this trading. Never is. There never should be. If there is stress, it means that a million things are going wrong, and we have a lot of content on that in VIP, because believe me, I've been there. Very, very laid back. You know, all I had to do with this Ethereum position that I'm in right now is set my orders, and then a couple hours, well, I don't know, it was 12 hours later or something, the position opened, and that's it. I mean, you know, I didn't do anything. Like, everyone's like, oh, but trading must take a lot of time, right? Like, no, it doesn't. It's trading. You know, like the less I do, the more money I make. Why would I spend more time doing this? You know, like I just have to sit here and watch myself make it. Just literally as I'm talking to you, all I have to do is just sit here, and now I'm up to 23% profit. You know, like it just happens. That's the beauty of trading. You don't have to do anything, and the market pays you. That's really where the excitement comes in for me. So I'm going to move my stop loss to break even now, so that I don't lose out on this trade, and give VIP members an update. If you want to get in, you know what to do. And once again, if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, make sure you do, because you're going to miss out on all of this amazing content if you don't, and we don't want that to happen. Channel's been blowing up. Thank you for, I'm pretty sure when you're watching this video, this channel will be at 54,000 subscribers, which is absolutely amazing. We all know what the big target is. We want to get to 100,000, and any help to get there would be appreciated. Just literally clicking the like button, dropping a comment telling me what you think about this video, or sharing it with friends, anything like that. If you've got a second, just hit like. If you've got a minute, drop a comment. And if you really did find this video or anything else useful, share it on Twitter, send it to a friend, anything like that. Super, super valuable. I really do appreciate the support. All right, take it easy. Hope you have enjoyed this one, and I'm out. Bye-bye.